Hey, this is David the Shepherd School, and I've got a weakness in my personal disaster preparedness plans, and that weakness is the fact that I don't have what they call the people skills, right? And so I've spent all my time kind of fixing me, right, getting my stuff all prepped and ready, but I haven't really done much outreach, right? You know, people who know me know that I do this stuff, which, isn't very good OPSEC, but I really haven't done much to get other people to prepare. And, the more people you have, especially in your community, the stronger your community is, the more resilient it is, and the easier it is to bounce back and respond to disasters, right? If it's just you, you've got all these other people that are going to notice that you've got stuff when they're desperate, what are you going to do? So, what I've decided to do is try to build some disaster preparedness in my community. And so I looked around because I didn't want to reinvent the wheel, and I found the CERT team, Community Emergency Response Teams. It's a program through Ready.gov, through FEMA, Homeland Security, whatever, and they basically have 10 little modules: search and rescue, basic first aid, disaster medicine, terrorism, those sorts of things, and you get your community built up into teams, and you take this training, and then you have leaders for each of, you'll have a first aid leader and a search and rescue leader that's like the subject matter expert, right? And then everybody else, depending on the situation, they fall under these different categories. And the idea is, if there's a disaster, then those people then work in their community, right? And somebody knows a little old lady across the street that has a oxygen device, right? So we can go over there and check on her, make sure she's got power to run her medical stuff, right? The county and the state emergency people, they don't have that information. And so what I've done is basically I made this little flyer up, and I went down and printed about 50 of them, right? And it basically just talks about the program and says, if you're interested, here's my contact stuff. And I folded them up, and this Saturday, the wife drove me around house to house, and I got up, kind of knocked on the door, and passed them out. And I just very quickly said, hey, I live down the street here. This is who I am, so you don't think I'm some sort of crazy stalker. I've got this information here for this free program. If people are interested, we're going to make this neighborhood watch disaster preparedness thing. And so now what I'm doing is just waiting to see if I get about 10 people who are interested. And, going door to door is not really something that I enjoy doing, right? And I was kind of a little nervous about it, but I'll tell you, I only had one lady who was like, I don't want to deal with none of that bull, And then another guy said, I think that's cool, but I don't have any time. But I had several people who said, hey, that is great, right? And then a couple people who just took my stuff, right? So I think it's going to be interesting to see who responds and who doesn't. And I guess once I get some people in, I'll have an update video. And then if we get about 10 people for the class, we'll come in and take a video with some outtakes of what we're doing. So that's just something that I'm doing that you may want to consider. And what I'll do is, I guess I'll post this form on my website in the download section. So if you want to do something similar, you can steal my idea and just change the stuff around for your community. So anyway, I'll put some links up to the CERT program if you're interested in it. And really, that's all I've got. So until next time, you can always catch us online at www.tngun.com. Thanks.
I've got a plan, fits my point of view. I'm getting